मोहन जू की जाय। नित्यल्लभ विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जाय। नित्यल्लभ विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नित्यल्लभ विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमार भक्ति गोसाई महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जाय। नित्यल्लभ विष्णु विष्णुपाद शिशुमार भक्ति विज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जाय। नित्यल्लभ विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशुमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जाय। नित्यल्लभ विष्णु महाभागवत श्री गौरीश्वर बाबाजी महाराज की जाय। नित्यल्लभ विष्णु श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जाय। नित्यल्लभ विष्णु वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबाजी महाराज की जाय। श्री रूपानुगौरी गुरु वार्ग की जाय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ शारद गोसाई प्रभु की जाय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जाय। नाम जय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जाय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौरमंडल व्रजमंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जाय। सर्व अभिष्ट विराट गिरिराज महाराज की जाय। श्री राधा कुंड श्यामा कुंड की जाय। श्री मुना देवी गंगा देवी की जाय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जाय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जाय। श्री पूर्णमासी योग माया की जाय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जाय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय राधिकाय प्रियात्मने श्री श्रीमद्भक्ति वेदांत नारायणेति नामिने। नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनेति नामिने। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुस्तं सार्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। शृण्वतं स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तन हृदन्तस्तु भद्राणि विधुनोति सुहृत्सतम्। नष्टप्रयेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भगवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। तवैवास्मि न जीवामि त्वया विना इति विज्ञाय राधे त्वां नायमं चरणन्तिकम्। भक्त्या विहीन अपराधलक्षाय क्षिप्ताष्टकामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि त्वां शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। भज श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, everybody. Dandavat Pranams, Gargraj ji, Indira Mataji, Shah Sharma ji. All right, so now we are continuing our reading. We're reading chapter 64, the Deliverance. But first, let's read the summary of yesterday's reading. Yesterday was so much fun. My favorite part was the yawning weapon. This totally overcame Shiva. Nothing else works. Not the... Okay, where is it? Fight with Lord Shiva. Once Krishna's son Aniruddha was captivated by the thousand-handed... Captivated? Is that the right word? Anyways. Once Krishna's son Aniruddha was captivated by the thousand-handed demon Banasura with his mystic Naga Pash. Oh, he was bound by it. Yeah, okay. Aniruddha was being faithfully served by Banasura's daughter, Usha, who was very much attracted to him. Hearing this news from Narad Muni, the Yadav warriors led by Lord Krishna attacked Banasura's capital. Banasura was a great devotee of Lord Shiva, whom he had pleased by playing musical instruments with his 1,000 hands while Shiva danced. When Shiva offered Bana a boon, Bana asked Shiva to become the guardian of his city. He asked for Shiva to become the guardian of a city. As the Yadu army began destroying Banasura's soldiers, Shiva was obliged to fight on Bana's behalf and released his Shiva Dwara weapon. The Shiva Dwara weapon was overwhelmed by Krishna's Vishnu Dwara weapon. Ultimately, Shiva had to pray for Bana's life, and Krishna mercifully spared him with only 4 hands, thus destroying his false pride. Krishna then set off for Dwarka with Aniruddha and his bride Usha. That wasn't the best summary. Anyways, you get the point. Now, the saga of a lizard. That's what we're reading today. The Deliverance of King Nriga, chapter 64. Need to see who else showed up. Where's there? Okay. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Ruvacha Ekadopavanam Rajan Jagmuryadu Kumaraka Vihartum Samba Pradumna Charubhanu Gadadaya. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam said, O king, one day Samba, Pradyumna, Charu, Bhanu, Gada, and other young boys of the Yadu dynasty went to a small forest to play. Sārārtha-darśinī commentary by Śrīla Viśvanātha Cakravartī Ṭhākura. In this chapter, Krishna rescues King Nriga from a well and hears about his giving charity. In this way, Krishna instructed his duly frightened devotees about charity and devotion to Brahmins. Kreditva suchiram tatta vichinvanta pipasita jalam nirudake kupeda drishu sattvam arbhutam. After playing for a long time, they became thirsty. As they searched for water, they looked inside a dry well and saw a peculiar creature. Krikala samgiri nibhang viksha vismita manasa tasya chodharane yatnam chakruste kripayanvita. The boys were astonished to behold this creature, a lizard who looked like a hill. They felt sorry for it and tried to lift it out of the well. Commentary. The boys were astonished upon seeing such a huge lizard. Charma jaistantavai pashai Badva patitamarbhaka na shaknuran samudhartun Krishnaya chakyurutsuka. They caught onto the trapped lizard with leather thongs, and then with woven ropes. Sorry, and then with woven ropes. But still they could not lift it out. So they went to Lord Krishna and excitedly told him about the creature. Commentary. The boys tied the lizard with ropes made of leather and threads, and tried to lift it out of the well. Tatra gatyaravindaksho Bhagavan Vishwabhanava Viksho Jaharavamena Tamkarena Salilaya. The lotus-eyed Supreme Lord, maintainer of the universe, went to the well and saw the lizard. Then, with his left hand, he easily lifted it out. Sa utamashloka karabhimishto vihaya sadhya krikalasya rupam santaptachami karacharuvarna swargyarbhuta lankaranam barasrak. Touched by the hand of the glorious Supreme Lord, the being at once gave up its lizard form and assumed that of a resident of heaven. His complexion was beautifully colored like molten gold, and he was adorned with wonderful ornaments, clothes, and garlands. Commentary. After giving up the lizard body, after giving up the lizard body, he assumes the form of a demigod with molten gold complexion, dazzling ornaments, dress, and garlands. Paprachavidvantanidhanam janeshu vikyapaitum mukunda Kastvam Mahabhagavarenya Rupo Devottamatvam Ganayami Nunam. Lord Krishna understood the situation, but to inform people in general, he inquired as follows. Who are you, O greatly fortunate one? Seeing your excellent form, I think you must surely be an exalted demigod. Dashamimam va katamena karmana sampraptitosyatar arha subhadra atmanamakya akyahi tam noyan manyasya nakshaman atra vaktum. Atmanamakyahi vivitsatam no yan manyase nakshamamatra vaktum. Sorry. By what past activity were you brought to this condition? It seems you did not deserve such a fate, O good soul. We are eager to know about you. So please inform us about yourself, if, that is, you think that this is the proper time and place to tell us. Commentary. Krishna asked, if you think it fitting, then please tell us about yourself, because we are eager to know. Shri Shuka Uvacha. Iti sma rajasamprishta Krishnenantamurtina Madhavam pranipatyaha kiritenarkavarchasa. Shukadev Goswami said, thus questioned by Krishna, whose forms are unlimited, the king, his helmet as dazzling as the sun, bowed down to Lord Madhav and replied as follows. Nriga Uvacha Nrigo Nama Narendra Ikshvaku Tanaya Prabho Danishvakyayamaneshu Yadite Karnamasprisham. King Nriga said, I am a king known as Nriga, the son of Ikshvaku. Perhaps, Lord, you have heard of me when lists of charitable men were recited. Commentary. The word yadi in this case indicates there is no doubt, as in the usage, if the Vedas are authoritative evidence, which means since the Vedas are authoritative evidence. Gemnu te viditam nata sarvabhutatma shakshina kalena vyahata drisho vakshetapi tavagyaya. What could possibly be unknown to you, O Master? With vision undisturbed by time, you witness the minds of all living beings. Nevertheless, on your order, I will speak. Commentary. King Nirga said, what is unknown to you? Rather, you know everything. Yavatya sikata bhumer, yavatyo divitaraka, yavatyo varshadharascha, tavatir adadang smaga. I gave in charity as many cows as there are grains of sand on the earth, stars in the heavens, or drops in rain, or drops in a rain shower. Commentary. According to the previous authorities, these phrases indicate only that the king gave innumerable cows in charity. Others say that Nrga's statements about the number of cows donated are exactly true because a single cow given in charity at such a sacred place as Kurukshetra, or at such times as an eclipse of the sun, is equivalent to giving 10 million cows in charity. So 1 times 10 million. So that's many times 10 million. Sorry. Payasvinistaruni Shilarupa Gunopapanna Kapila Hema Sringi Nyayarjita Rupya Kura Savatsa Dukulamala Bharana Dadavaham. Young, brown, milk-laden cows, who were all well-behaved, beautiful, and endowed with good qualities, who were all acquired honestly, and who had gilded horns, silver-plaited hooves, and decorations of fine ornamental cloths and garlands. Such were the cows, along with their calves, that I gave in charity. Commentary. And this verse describes the particulars of the cows he gave in charity. Swalankritebhyo gunashīlavadbhya siddhat kutumbebhya ritavratebhya tapashruta brahma vadanyasarbhya pradam yuvabhyo dijapungavebhya go hiranyayatanashvahastina kanya sadasis tilarupya shaya Vasangsiratnani parichadanratan ishtang chayagyaischaritam chapurtam. I first honored the Brahmins of my charity by decorating them with fine ornaments. Those most exalted Brahmins, whose families were in need, were young and possessed of excellent character and qualities. They were dedicated to truth, famous for their austerity, vastly learned in the Vedic scriptures and saintly in their behavior. I gave them cows, land, gold, and houses, along with horses, elephants, and marriageable girls with maidservants, as well as sesame, silver, fine beds, clothing, jewels, furniture, and chariots. In addition, I performed Vedic sacrifices and executed various pious welfare activities. Commentary. This verse gives the details of acts of charity. King Nirga said, I gave to Brahmins who were well known for austerity and well versed in the Vedas because of their diligent studies. Verse 15 describes other things that he gave in charity. Besides giving to the Brahmanas, he also built water tanks, and wells for the general populace. Kasya chadvija mukyasya prashta. Oops. Kasya mukyasya brashta gor mama godhane sampriktat vidushacha maya datta dvijataye. Once, A cow belonging to a certain first-class Brahmin wandered away and entered my herd. Unaware of this, I gave that cow in charity to a different Brahmin. Commentary. Please tell us, what sin led to your becoming a lizard? King Nrga answers in this verse. One cow belonging to a Brahmin strayed from the herd and mixed with my herd. Not knowing that it belongs to that Brahmin, I gave the cow to another Brahmin. Tang niyamanam tatswami drishtrovacha mameti tang mameti parigrahyaha nrego me tattavaniti. When the cow's first owner saw her being led away, he said, "She is mine." The second Brahmin, who had accepted her as a gift, replied, "No, she is mine. Nriga gave her to me." Vipro vid viva sorry, Vipro vivadad manomang uchatu swarta sadhako bhavan tatapaharti tachrutva me bhavad brahma. As the two Brahmins argued, each trying to fulfill his own purpose, they came to me. One of them said, "You gave me this cow," and the other said, "But you stole her from me." Hearing this, I was bewildered. Commentary. The second Brahmin who had accepted the gift said, "You have given this cow to me." The first owner said, "You took her away from me." Hearing that, I was put in extreme perplexity. Anunita vubho vipro dharma krichra gatena vai kavam laksham prakrishtanam tasyam yesha pradiyatam bhavantav anugrihnitam kinkarasya vijanata samudharatang mamrat patantam nirayeshucho. Finding myself in a terrible dilemma concerning my duty in the situation, I humbly entreated both the Brahmins. "I will give 100,000 of the best cows in exchange for this one. Please give her back to me. Your good selves should be merciful to me, your servant. I did not know what I was doing. Please save me from this difficult situation, or I will surely fall into a filthy hell." Naham prati Chevairaj ityuktva samyapakramat nanyargavam apat apyut apyutam ichamityaparoyayo. The present owner of the cow said, "I don't want anything in exchange for this cow, O king," and went away. The other Brahmin declared, "I don't want even 10,000 more than you are offering," and he too went away. Commentary. My God. I do not accept gifts from kings. Saying this, the Brahmin gave up his cow and left. The other Brahmin refused also, saying, "I am not willing to give up this cow for the lack of cows you mentioned. For the lacks of cows you mentioned, or even for another 10,000 cows in addition to that." He also left. Etasmin antare yamair dutarnito yamakshayam yamena prishtas tatraham deva deva jagatpate. O Lord of Lords, O Mas oh, O Lord of Lords, O Master of the universe, the agents of Yamaraj, taking advantage of the opportunity thus created, later carried me to his abode. There, Yamaraj himself questioned me. Commentary. The description in this verse took place after Nriga died. The Yamadutas brought him to the abode of Yamaraj, known as Sangyamani. Purvam tvam ashubham bhunksha udho nripate shubham nantam danasya dharmasya pashe lokasya bhasvata. Yamaraj said, My dear king, do you wish to experience the results of your sins first, or those of your piety? Indeed, I see no to the dutiful charity you have performed, or to your consequent enjoyments in the radiant heavenly planets. Commentary. Yamaraj said, do you first want to experience the sinful reaction for unknowingly taking away the Brahman's cow, or the pious reactions of your charities? I do not see an end to the results of your charity, nor do I see an end to your living in Svargaloka. Purvam deva shubham bhunja iti praha pateti sa tavad adrakshamatmanam krikala sampatam prabho. I replied, first, my lord, let me suffer my sinful reactions. And Yamaraj said, then fall. At once I fell, and while falling, I saw myself becoming a lizard, O master. Commentary. King Nriga said, first I will experience the results of my sins. Yamaraj said, then fall. Brahmanyasya vadanyasya tavadasasya keshava smritirnadyapi vidvasta bhavat sandarshanarthina. O Keshav, as your servant, I was devoted to the Brahmins and generous to them, and I always hankered for your audience. Therefore, even till now, I have never forgotten my past life. Commentary. Nriga was performing karma mixed with a little devotion, karma mishra bhakti. Taking shelter of this mixed bhakti, Nriga thus expressed himself humbly before Krishna as his servant. The phrase bhavat sandarshana arthina, always hankered to see you, refers to a great devotee King Nriga had once met. This devotee wanted to build a temple for a beautiful deity of Govinda and obtain scriptures like the Gita and Bhagavatam. Being very generous, Nriga readily supplied these things. The devotee was so satisfied that he blessed Nriga. O king, I give blessings that you may see the Lord. From that time on, Nriga had a great desire to see the Lord. Satvam katang mama vibhokshipat. Oh no, sorry. Satvam katam mama vibhokshipata paratma yogeshvara shruti drisha malahrid vibhavya sakshadadhokshaja uru vyasananda buddhe syan me nudrisha iha yasya bhavapavarga. O Almighty One, how is it that my eyes see you here before me? You are the Supreme Soul, whom the greatest masters of mystic yoga can meditate upon within their pure hearts only by employing the spiritual eye of the Vedas. Then how, O Transcendental Lord, are you directly visible to me, since my intelligence has been blinded by the severe tribulations of material life? Only one who has finished his material entanglement in this world should be able to see you. Commentary. The memory of me completes the idea. Nriga did not openly say, of me, due to his humility and for other reasons. Even today, both in the body of a lizard and in the body of a very proud demigod, which is also unfavorable for such remembrance, that memory has not been lost. Astonished at his seeing Krishna, who is rarely seen, Nriga thrilled at his good fortune. He said, how did you become visible to my eyes, since even great mystic yogis such as Sanak can only meditate upon you through the eyes of the Upanishads and their purified hearts? What is more, you are directly Adhokshaj, the personality of Godhead himself who broke the cart demon. Yet you have shown yourself to a lowly person as me, whose intelligence has been blinded by great suffering. Furthermore, you are usually only visible to those who have destroyed the bondage of samsara, bhava. So why are you visible to me? It should not be so. It happens only by the blessing of some great devotee. One second, I just want to see. Right. Hari Bol Sudevi Didi. Deva Deva Jagannatha. Sorry. Yeah. Deva Deva Jagannatha Govinda Purushottama Narayana Hrishikesha. Oh, these are normal verses. Sorry. Deva Deva Jagannatha Govinda Purushottama Narayana Hrishikesha Punya Shloka Chutavyaya Anujani Himang Krishna Yantam Deva Gatim Prabho Yatra Kvapi Satashcheto Bhoyam Me Tvatpadaspadam. O Deva Dev Jagannath, Govinda, Purushottam, Narayana, Hrishikesha, Punya Shloka, Achyuta, Avyaya. O Krishna, please permit me to depart for the world of the demigods. Wherever I live, O Master, may my mind always take shelter of your feet. Commentary. His faith emboldened his faith emboldened upon receiving Krishna's mercy and thus attaining the status of servitude. King Nriga begins to recite the Lord's names and then asks permission to leave. The spirit of his prayer is as follows. You are Deva Deva, God even of the gods, and Jagannatha, the master of the universe. So please be my master. O Govinda, please make me your property with the same merciful glance you used to enchant the cows. You can do this because you are Purushottam. You are the supreme form of Godhead. O Narayan, since you are the foundation of the living entities, please be my support, even though I am a fallen living entity. O Rishikesh, please make my senses concentrate on you. O Punya Shloka, now you have become famous as the deliverer of Nriga. O Achyuta, please never leave my heart. You will not suffer any loss in doing so. May my mind always have your feet as its object of meditation. Namaste Sarvabhavaya Brahmane Nantashaktaye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Yoganam Pataye Namah. I offer my repeated obeisances unto you, Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. You are the source of all beings, the supreme absolute truth, the possessor of unlimited potencies, the master of all spiritual disciplines. Commentary. I have an attitude of servitude toward you, but you are the object of all types of love. Therefore, I offer respects to you within whom exists all bhavas, all loving relationships. King Nriga declares Krishna to be the shelter of the mood of neutrality by calling Krishna the personified form of Brahman. Next, Nriga declares Krishna to be the shelter of the mood of servitude when he says Ananta Shaktaye, you are the possessor of unlimited powers, or the form of grandeur. Nriga declares Krishna to be the shelter of the mood of friendship, Sakyabhav, by saying Krishnaya, he who gives constant bliss, which is also the name of Arjuna, who had a similar name, form, and qualities as Krishna, being treated equally by him. This is confirmed in the Udyoga Parva 71.4. Krishir bhu vachaka shabdo nashchanir vritti vachaka tayor aikyam param brahma Krishna ityabhideyate. The word Krish is the attractive feature of the Lord's existence, and na means spiritual bliss. When the verb Krish is added to na, it becomes Krishna, which indicates the absolute truth. Okay, so he went through he word Krishna being the shelter of the mood of servitude is Dasyabhav. When he says Ananta Shaktaye, And then when he refers to Krishna as Krishna, then that's indicating that he declares Krishna to be the shelter of the mood of friendship, Sakyabhav. Now, Vriga declares Krishna to be the shelter of the parental mood, Vatsalyabhav, by saying Vasudevaya to the son of Vasudev. Nriga states that Krishna is the shelter of the mood of conjugal love, Madhurya Bhav, by saying to the husband, Pataye, of those women who have deep devotion, like Rukmini. Wow, interesting. So Ananta Shakta, right? Ananta Shaktaye, Krishnaya, what was the next one? Vasudevaya, and then finally, Pataye. Ityuktva tam parikramya padasprištva samolina anugyato vimanargi aruhat pashyatam nrinam. Having spoken thus, Maharaj Nriga circumambulated Krishna and touched his crown to the Lord's feet. Granted permission to depart, King Nriga then boarded a wonderful celestial airplane as all the people present looked on. Commentary. Granting Nriga permission to leave, Krishna instructed him, "After your enjoyment is finished, you will attain me." Krishna Parijanam Praha Bhagavan Devaki Sutta Brahmanya Devadharmatma Rajanyan Anushikshayan. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, the son of Devaki, who is especially devoted to the Brahmins and who embodies the essence of religion, then spoke to his personal associates and thus instructed the royal class in general. Durjaram bata brahma swang bhuktam agner managapi teji yaso pikim uta ragyam ishvaramaninam. Lord Krishna said, "How indigestible is the property of a Brahman, even when enjoyed just slightly and by one more potent than fire. What then to speak of kings who try to enjoy it, presuming themselves lords?" Commentary. Shri Krishna said, "The property of a Brahman, being enjoyed even a little by theft or other means, is indigestible, even for a person even for a person powerful as fire, due to great austerities or mystic perfections." Naham hala halang manye visham yasya pratikriya Brahma swam hi visham proktam nasya prati vidhir bhuvi. I do not consider halahala to be real poison because it has an antidote. But a Brahman's property, when stolen, can truly be called poison, for it has no antidote in this world. Yikes. Commentary. If it is like indigestible food, it cannot be as severe as actual poison. Krishna said, Shiva could digest the hala hala poison, so that was not real poison. But there is no antidote for stealing from the Brahman. Hinasti vishamattaram vahnir arbhi prashamyati kulang samulam dahati brahmaswarani pavaka. Poison kills only the person who ingests it, and for an ordinary an ordinary fire may be extinguished with water. But the fire generated from the kindling wood of a Brahman's property burns the thief's entire family down to the root. Yikes. Commentary. Krishna said, even taking poison is preferable to taking a Brahman's property, because poison only destroys the drinker. Can taking a Brahman's family be compared to fire in terms of its killing a conditioned soul by placing him in the cycle of birth and death? Krishna answered, a fire leaves the roots of a tree intact, but the fire whose kindling wood is a Brahman's property is a special kind of fire, since it cannot be extinguished. It is just like the fire burning within the cavity of an old tree, which in the course of time grows to a great size and cannot be put out even with the water of innumerable rainfalls. Rather, it burns the whole tree from within, all the way down to the roots. Similarly, the fire ignited by stealing a Brahmin's property is the most deadly because it burns one's family to the root. Brahmaswaduranugatam bhuktam hanti tripurusham prasahyatu balar bhuktam dashapurvam dashaparan. If a person enjoys a Brahmin's property without receiving due permission, that property destroys 3 generations of his family. But if he takes it by force or gets the government on other sorry, but if he takes it by force or gets the government or other outsiders to help him usurp it, then 10 generations of his ancestors and 10 generations of his descendants are all destroyed. My God. Commentary. My friend and helper, without my giving it, is enjoying my wealth. Therefore, let him enjoy it. This is the meaning of not receiving permission. Enjoying in this way destroys oneself, one's sons, and one's grandsons. If one enjoys by using force or the influence of the king, then 10 generations in the past and future will suffer. Rajano Rajalakshmyanda Natmapatam Vichakshate Nirayang Ye Bhimanyante Brahmaswam Sadhu Balisha. Members of the royal order, blinded by royal opulence, fail to foresee their own downfall. Childishly hankering to enjoy Brahman's property, they are actually hankering to go to hell. Commentary. Krishna said, those who desire a Brahman's property for themselves also desire hell. They are foolish, not seeing their own downfall. Grinanti yavata pangshun grandatang ashurubindhava vipranam ritavrittinam vadanyam vadanyanam kutumbinam rajano rajakulyascha tavatobdhan nirankusha kumbhipakeshu pachyante brahmadaya paharina. For as many years as there are particles of dust touched by the tears of generous Brahmins who have dependent families and whose property is stolen, uncontrolled kings who usurp a Brahmin's property are cooked, along with their royal families, in the hell known as Kumbhipaka. Commentary. The kings and those born in his family must suffer in hell. Swadang paradattang va brahmavritim harechchaya shashti varsha sahasrani vishtayam jayate krimi. Whether it be his own gift or someone else's, a person who steals a Brahmin's property will take birth as a worm in feces for 60,000 years. Name Brahma dhanam bhuyad yad gridvalpayusho nara parajitashchuta rajyad bhavantyudvejino haya. I do not desire Brahman's wealth. Those who lust after it become short-lived and are defeated. They lose their kingdoms and become snakes who trouble others. Commentary. Krishna said, one loses lifespan just by hankering after a Brahmin's property, then what to speak of actually taking it? Vipram kritagasamappi naiva druhyatamamaka gnantam bahu shapanva namaskurutu nityasha. My dear followers, never treat a learned Brahmin harshly, even if he has sinned. Even if he attacks you physically or repeatedly curses you, always continue to offer him obeisances. Commentary. But, others might question, if a Brahmin steals our property or is inimical without cause, what is to be done? Krishna answers in 2 verses. O my followers, I am instructing anyone who is my devotee, not just you. Otherwise, such persons should no longer think of themselves as my followers. Wow, heavy. Yataham praname vipran anukalam samahita tata namatayuyam cha yonyatha med sadandabhak. Just as I always carefully bow down to Brahmins, so all of you should likewise bow down to them. I will punish anyone who acts otherwise. Commentary. Krishna said, just as I pay respects, you should pay respects. Brahmanartho yapito hartaram patayatyada ajanantam api hyenam nrigam brahmanagoriva. When a Brahman's property is stolen, even unknowingly, it certainly causes the person who takes it to fall down, just as the Brahman's cow did to Nirga. Commentary. This is not an exaggeration to instill fear. There is direct proof as stated in this verse. Evam Vishravya Bhagavan Mukundo Dvarako Kasa Pavana Sarvalokanam Vivesha Nijamandiram. Having thus instructed the residents of Dwarka, Lord Mukunda, purifier of all the worlds, entered his palace. Thus ends the commentary on the 64th chapter of the 10th canto of the Bhagavatam for the pleasure of the devotees in accordance with the previous acharyas. Right, so tomorrow we read chapter 65, Balaram goes to Vrindavan. Wow, tomorrow is a special chapter. Let's see. How long is it? Oh, and it's not too long, so we'll finish it all tomorrow. All right. Oh, Hari Bol Prajumna Prabhu and Mantra Murti Mataji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Pranams Nri Hari Prabhu and Bhavatarani Mataji. Hare Krishna. Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandhar Vikagiri Dhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashvatarashata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Shri Guru Dev ki Jai. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashvatarashata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashvatarashata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashvatarashata Shishmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashvatarashata Shishmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitya Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Shila Gorksharas Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Pravishta Shila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Ṭhākura ki Jai. Nityal Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupa Nugagoria Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jiva Gopala Bhattadash Raghunath, Sharda Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Nama Chai Shri Haridas Ṭhākura ki jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जाय सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदात गिरिराज महाराज की जाय श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जाय श्री मुनु देवी गंगा देवी की जाय श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जाय श्री भक्ति देवी की जाय श्री पूर्णमासी योग माया की जाय श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जाय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्-भागवतम की जय श्री विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर की जय सारार्थ-दार्शिनी वृत्ति की जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल वृंदाय तुलसी देवाय प्रियाय केशवाय कृष्ण भक्ति प्रददेवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Dandavat pranams everybody. See you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe. Hari Bol.